when people are sworn in to take federal office as head of, for example, Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Education, etc., they're sworn in taking an oath to defend the laws of the United States and the Constitution of the United States. I've talked earlier on some of these posts, and you can see it in the papers almost every day how they violate those oaths. They're not paying any attention to the Constitution. They're not treating all people equally. They're doing away, it's not so much doing away with DEI programs, but they're clearly discriminating against black people. They're discriminating against white people. They're discriminating against uh, brown people. They're discriminating against anybody who is not white. And they are now working on a daily basis discriminating against people who are not whatever they think Christian means. At the same time, you take a look at some of these nutcases like Robert Kennedy and uh, McMahon, Department of Education, and elsewhere, and Homeland Security clearly violating laws, and Trump calling out the National Guard. As I understand it, let's take the National Guard, for example. I think the National Guard is paid by the states from which they come. So if they've been called up by Trump, well, the governor hasn't called them up, I think you ought to talk to your state representatives about suing the administration to cover the costs of those National Guard troops so that's not borne by the state. I think that if the Department of Education is doing away with programs that have been authorized by Congress, and then they're having to go to court to refund those programs, the damages in the meantime, you should talk to your representatives about going after the Department of Education for the damages caused to your state and the students. Uh, ICE is clearly an example in Homeland Security of the damage that they're doing on an individual as well as a group basis. So that when ICE comes into a community and terrorizes it, and businesses have to shut down because people are afraid to go out to go to breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or send their kids to school, those are short and long term damages to the community. I think you should talk to your representatives about filing litigation, not just to stop it, but for the money damages that they are causing. And I think that the representatives, when you talk to, they should talk to outside counsel to see if they would do that litigation either through the state agencies, or if they would hire outside counsel on a contingency fee basis to go after the federal government for these attendant costs.